Microtransactions and DLC haven't always been a part of the video game industry, so how have they become so prevalent in recent years? In this video I'll be looking at the rise of microtransactions and DLC, why they're bad for the industry and where it has led us to as a result of their success. But before we get into all that, make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe. Now without further ado, let's go! Financial exploitation of gamers has always been present in the industry. Perhaps that's a stretch, but back when arcades were the most common way of playing games, developers would purposely make games harder so that they can get more coins from the wallets of their consumers, because they would have to pay to play again if they lose or die. Over time, while the format changed, the premise of always needing more money remained. Expansion packs served as additional content to a game that had already been released that you would have to pay to play. The first one that ever came out on home consoles was with a little known game on PlayStation called Grand Theft Auto. Rockstar released an expansion pack to the original GTA, Grand Theft Auto, London 1969. In order to play it, you need the disc of the original game because it required you to insert that disc before the London disc. Microtransactions and DLC were the natural continuation of the expansion pack formula. With the 7th generation of consoles, the online storefront became popular amongst the big three of console manufacturers. Therefore, publishers were naturally putting their games on there, hoping that less money would have to be outlaid on making and selling physical copies, with retailer costs being abolished. And with that, they thought of an easier way of giving access to expansion packs for gamers, downloadable content from the digital storefront. The ease of being able to do this was too enticing for publishers to bear, so they rapidly increased the amount of microtransactions and DLC they provide, even making you pay for the smallest of things that would otherwise already be in the game, such as costumes, new characters, maps and weapons. While there are a few examples of this having been done well, The Witcher 3's Blood and Wine or Cyberpunk 2077's Phantom Liberty DLC for example, generally speaking, this has led to games feeling incomplete and unfinished. From there, we got Season Passes. Season Passes are a promise for more downloadable content for a game that you've already paid for over the course of a period of time, usually a year, for a cheaper price overall. The issue with that is that there's no guarantee that these content drops will be any good and you're paying for them all in advance. So now they're just getting impatient and want their money up front, sometimes before they even start making their DLC. And yet again, there's the question of why this isn't included in the base game. LA Noire was the first one to introduce this for their DLC in 2011 and it has become a rampant part of the industry ever since. However, it seems like teams have become a bit complacent with their post-release content, so it has made people less likely to pre-order with season passes. In 2013, Valve introduced the first ever Battle Pass to Dota 2 because actual content drops weren't enough. They provide customization options that are only obtainable for a limited time if challenges are completed. It's a way of keeping the player coming back and playing every day. They keep it engaging and it doesn't necessarily have to be fun to be engaging. Players can be engaged by a game if they have FOMO, if they feel like they're missing out by not logging on to play a match every day. It's complete psychological mind games like most of these concepts thrive on. DLC wasn't enough for them though, and the greed was getting too much to handle, and publishers were thinking of more ways of extracting gamers' hard-earned money from their pockets. And thus, loot boxes were birthed by EA, with FIFA 09, the latest installment of their highly popular football video game series. The bigwigs at the company thought, let's get them to pay for a chance at getting what they want. That way, they pay for more chances at getting what they want, and there's no guarantee as to what the odds are. You could get Messi in an Ultimate Team pack, or you could get Marouane Fellaini. If you think that this sounds like gambling, it is. People are using their own real-life money on the random chance of gaining an item that they want. Therefore, it's illegal in Belgium, Netherlands and Slovakia due to the gambling laws in these countries encompassing quite a wide bracket. Games as a service is a concept that has become popularized to prey on these ideas as well. They stem from the idea of MMOs like World of Warcraft having subscription services and having constant updates to keep players coming back. The way that these games differ from MMOs are that they often differ from free to play and rely on other methods to make their money. They use a variety of the concepts mentioned previously in order to make their income. While not a necessity to buy, they provide microtransactions, season passes, battle passes, and loot boxes as methods of monetizations as a means of continuously supporting the game. It was a slippery slope from where we were because now live service games are all over the place. Everyone's chasing the big dogs. They're really trying to ride the waves of the success of the likes of Fortnite. But it's a real shame because these concepts overall are anti-consumer, and with many it comes at the cost of creativity. Thanks so much for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more video essays from me. See ya!